Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another episode of It's One of Those Things. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the how do we say it? The agenda of the show. Let's just go with that. Or how the show works. You guys put your questions in the chat. I answer them. Otherwise, I'm just going to go off about other certain topics. Arsenal. Could be the United States men's team, which is exactly what we're going to talk about today. And then, of course, overall transfer news for the Premier League with the season coming up. We are 1 month away from the season opener between Arsenal and Wolves. So I am very, very excited. But, of course, I'm very, very anxious because Arsenal do not have any major signings through the door. But let's say hello to the people in the chat already here. Big up, Ja. Mino. Big up Jamino. He says, obviously, there's no relevant signings. Edu is the least competent employee in the club's payroll. I agree, except for maybe Win. You know, Win just goes around and shits all over the place. But I don't even know if he's actually if he's signed or if they're paying him. I don't know. They're obviously paying him in dog bones or some shit. But that being said, this is a perfect segue for the poll that we have in the chat. Vote in the poll. Are Arsenal going to be able to get the Calafiori deal over the line? Obviously, it has stalled. We will get there in a second. But obviously, I think you guys know how I feel about Edu. And all you need to know is you need to look at the ops. Big up Coach's Corner. He says, Edu in. He's obviously a fucking Chelsea fan. He says, big up TJ. Hope you're well. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're well as well. Big up Coach's Corner. Make sure you guys are subscribing over there as well. POCH is 10 times better than the part-time Icelandic dentist we hired a few days ago. We'll get into that. I have a lot of questions about the possibility of POCH managing the United States. I have a lot of God, I'm really having trouble finding words today. I'm having a lot of trouble finding anything positive or anything net positive we get out of that. But we'll see here in a second. I have a couple of hangups, but big up certified, big up Nico. I think Nico is new here too. He says Igal told Arsenal are bigger than Real Madrid. Hey, Igal has his own opinions about things, and I disagree with probably about 50% of them. But Igal is allowed to say what he wants to say. He's allowed to make whatever combined 11s he wants to make. He's a bigger creator than I am. So, that guy definitely knows how to get engagement. So big up to him and big up to you as well. And guys, if you haven't already noticed, my fucking camera keeps going, keeps going blurry because my other camera shit itself. So the Elgato is on the shelf and we had to go back to the old eMeet smart cam. So the smart cam thinks he needs to fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out. And that's just not the case. So but big up. So if you see that go blurry, that's why. Oh, I'm worried about how much we've regressed so far in this window. I don't think we've regressed. I think we're stagnant. We haven't brought anybody through the door except for a million pound keeper from Ajax, Tommy Seton, the savior. He's probably not even going to start one game for Arsenal unless we get rid of Ramsdale, which it doesn't look like we're going to. So it is what it is. Calafiori is fully off. He'll end up at Juve. Well, let's see. Yeah, but big up Sweden from Sweden, Stockholm. Hell yeah, all the way from Sweden. Big up, my guy. Big up. That's awesome. It's glad to know we got people watching over in Sweden. If we sack POCH just for the United States men's team to hire him, I'll lose my mind. Well, let's get into it. Let's start with the Calafiori news today, because obviously that's what is on everybody's mind right now. And this is the latest that I could find, metro.co.uk. I don't know how reliable this is, but I don't think the deal is 100% dead. And if anybody has any competing news, let me know, because from what I'm reading, it doesn't look like it's 100% dead yet. We always knew that the sell-on clause was going to be a problem between Bologna and Basel. That was always a problem. That's what has been holding up this deal for the last 2 weeks, not necessarily the offer that has gone into Bologna. So let's just read through this. It says Arsenal are suffering a delay in their move for Riccardo Calafiori. due to a disagreement between Bologna and the defender's former club, FC Basel, according to reports in Italy. Mikel Arteta has made Calafiori one of his top targets for the summer window, and Arsenal have held extensive talks with Bologna over the deal for the 22-year-old. It is understood that Bologna have now accepted Arsenal's bid, which is £40 million up front, plus a further $5 million in add-ons, which I think is an okay deal. Arsenal have agreed to personal terms with the defender. He obviously wants to come over to us. He's been twerking for us for a while now. However, Bologna and Basel are in a deadlock over Calafiori's sell-on clause. Basel, who sold Calafiori for $4 million last year, are demanding 50% of the transfer fee that Arsenal are due to pay, but Bologna are unhappy with those terms, given the defender spent just a year with the Swiss side and did not receive his first senior call-up with Italy until May this year. To report claims, I'll finish this real quick and then I'll offer my opinions here. The report claims that Calafiori's move is says at a standstill. It's at a standstill, guys. It's at a standstill. With Basel refusing to lower their demand while the Serie A club is attempting to renegotiate the sell-on clause because they feel the rise in his value since last year is down to their faith in the player and his development. Bologna had expected Calafiori's move to Arsenal to be completed shortly after Italy's Euro exit, but the defender is now scheduled to report back to their preseason training this weekend ahead of their training camp in, I have no idea where that is in Italy. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. Arsenal, meanwhile, have some of their players back in training with those who participated at Euro 2024 and Copa America, given an extended break. Mikel Arteta's squad are due to fly to the United States of America for their preseason tour starting July 21st. Now, here are my thoughts on this one, guys. Basel is making this a problem, not Arsenal necessarily. I think that if it came down to Arsenal not giving enough or not paying enough, we would be hearing about that. But I think FC Basel are taking the absolute fucking piss with this. You sold it. You agreed on a sell-on clause when you sold the player to Bologna. He blew up. Now you want to renegotiate. I think that's bullshit. You negotiate sell-on clauses before in the initial transfer. I don't blame Bologna for not wanting to fucking pass along 50%. That's fucking unbelievable for them to be asking for that after they sold the player off and they didn't think that he was going to be the guy for them. He didn't even get an international start under him. So what is the point? I think they are asking for way too much, and Bologna is going to end up passing that fee along to Arsenal. That freaking what that could blow the asking price up for this player up above like 50 fucking % of what it is right now. So is he a $75 million player? No, I don't think he is. We don't know that yet. 40, 50 million, I could see it. 75, 80, because you have to pass along 50% of a sell-on clause is fucking bullshit, in my opinion. Do I blame Edu for letting it get this far? Sort of, but really this is on Bologna and Basel, really. If we're taking it at a non-skewed view on it. You know what I mean? But let me know what you guys think. Am I looking at this incorrectly? Because look, Basel, you sold him, you named a price, they're trying to agree to the price, now you're going back. It's like signing a prenup and then your wife still comes back asking for half your shit. Like, it's stupid. That's so dumb. That is so dumb, in my opinion. But anyway, what are you guys saying? What else are you guys saying? I need a break from the league gunner bingos. I got too many sinkers and got hooked too many times. Yeah, you got to see, I'm not even going to try on that stuff. I already embarrassed myself enough playing FIFA. So, yeah, I'm not going to try to do that. We've been awful this window. As much as I dislike them, losing Cedric, Elneny, Tavares, Lakanga is technically regression. We've signed Zilch and got rid of 4 players. Yeah, 4 players that were dead wood, though. Like, how many times have we seen Cedric and Elneny in a game that actually meant something, or in a spot where we actually needed them to do something other than be a Portuguese victory cigar an Egyptian victory cigar, respectively. Honest, and when was the last time we saw Lakanga in red? When was the last time we saw Nuno Tavares do anything meaningful in an Arsenal kit other than get yanked in an FA Cup match against the then championship fucking Nottingham Forest? Don't forget that. I don't think that I haven't forgotten that, by the way, and it's immortalized on that freaking Amazon documentary. Yeah, Tavares is shit. Lakanga is mid. I hope they end up getting bought by their respective Italian and Spanish clubs, but they probably won't, because they're going to realize that they are shit, and they're going to say, "Oh yeah, you know what? We're not going to buy them." So this is why we need to sell these players. This is why we don't. This loan to buy bullshit is always going to end up fucking Arsenal over. And guess who agrees to it? Edu. That would be one of my biggest criticisms of him thus far. Not necessarily this Calafiore deal. And all these, and I go online, and all these people are like, "Oh, we're gonna hijack the Calafiore deal." Okay, yeah, go ahead and have fun paying over $75 million for a player that had a good Euros and hasn't really been a proven player yet. He has the profile of a left back that I would like to see in Arsenal's backfield. But honestly, what is he worth 75? I don't think so. I don't think he is. So of the things you can criticize Edu for, I don't believe that that's one of them. I do believe that the fact that we are not, we haven't brought in a striker yet. We haven't brought in a competent six. We know that Thomas Partey has his eyes elsewhere. Other teams have their eye on him. He can't stay healthy. We're not going to win the league with him only playing 50% or less of his games in the Premier League with his injury record. So, those are the criticisms that we should be lodging, not necessarily that they're not getting this Calafiore deal over the line. It's the fact that we've only gotten a third string goalkeeper over the line. If that, I bet you we end up freaking loaning him out because Arthur Nkwokwo is gone. We ended up re-signing freaking the Estonian Civ, Karl Hein. We are not signing players in meaningful positions that we need them to be in. So 6, yes, 100%. We need a 6. We need a backup to Bukayo Saka, and we need a striker. In my opinion, the 6 should be at the top of our list. Top of our list, and then a striker immediately after that. But let me know what you guys think. I'm already behind in the comments here, so let me catch up here. But big up everybody inside. Make sure that you guys are smashing the like stuff. Before I start reading out the comments a little bit, I will be live and you will be redirected. You don't even need to go anywhere. We got 14 people here right now, which is awesome. Thank you so much. You guys don't need to go anywhere because I will be live with Flawless on Sarcasm City TV. You will be redirected there for the return of the Arsenal Man United show over on Sarcasm City TV. I love that show. We're starting off the season after the Euros. We're back. We're refreshed. I don't think Tony will be there yet. I don't think Tony will be there yet. The stars are not aligning to allow Tony to be there, but he will be there at the start of the season. So big up everybody who comes over there. And big up CMO. Big up CMO Sports. What you see here, the thumbnail, the design, everything is CMO Sports. So make sure that you're hitting him up. Drop your Insta, drop your X or whatever into the chat, my friend Connor. Big up. Top 4 is a trophy. Says this is Vlahovic from 2 years ago, all over again. Waste 1 month chasing him just to go and sign with Juventus. I was thinking, you know what? From your mouth to God's ears, I swear to God, that was what I was thinking of, and I couldn't remember who we had gone through the motions like this with, other than Mudryk, which, again, Mudryk got overpaid for. Let's be honest. He still has a lot of developing to do, and I kind of see that in this player as well. Obviously, he's not going to be as high a profile because nobody pays a bunch of money for left backs like that, especially on a secondary, sorry to say it, a secondary Italian team. So I wouldn't blame him for not wanting to spend $75 million and having to pay the pass along freaking sell-on fee. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Disagree, TJ. I think the sell-on clause was there, but Bologna wants 50 mil, so they can at least get money from the transfer of the sell-on clause. No, it literally said in that article that Basel wants to renegotiate the sell-on clause. So it is facts, or at least from that publication that I read. I could see that the player's value, 20, 30 times tripled. Its value. They sold him as several $1 million, and now he's several tens of millions. I understand why they're pissed, but you can't go back on that, in my opinion, and then expect the buying club to fucking pay it. I don't believe it. I seriously don't believe it. Zinchenko's still here. Says it all that no clubs are linked to him. Bin him. I don't care. Loan him out to the championship. Some championship team could use him. He needs to go. He needs to go. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. Belgium's second division side selling players to Lyon for 30 million. Where are players going for that amount? Nowhere. They're going fucking nowhere. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, they're going fucking nowhere. Exactly. Edu out. Exactly right. AJ says 100%. Yeah, 100%. Big up TJ. No one. He's not worth 75 million. I wouldn't pay no more than 40 for him. My upper limit is 50. But big up Anthony every single time. Yeah, I mean it's not. I haven't seen enough of him. I mean it's Euro hype. We called it out before. I mean you had who was old Amrabat had a fantastic Conference League run. Man United by him, and then what happens after that? Great in the World Cup too. What happened after that though? This tournament hype. We need to be careful. We need to be very, very careful about that, because if you do buy the player, he ends up having a stinker, then not only are you 75 million in the hole, you have another position that you need to fill. Like it's I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. I really don't think it's worth it, especially in a position where I think we have enough depth. Would it be good to get a utility in there? Yeah, but we have enough depth, in my opinion. We have enough depth in those positions. Where we don't have depth is the 6, where right now you're going to be depending on a rotating cast of Jorginho and Partey, who can't stay healthy, for another season. Right, playing next to Declan Rice, who's going to be forced into that 8 type role again. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't think Declan Rice is the best player for that position. He's a side. He played it side to side to side to side to side. Freaking Ariana Grande FC out here, and we still don't have somebody that can effectively break lines all the time. Whereas Granit Xhaka could do that. Declan Rice, he did it for some games last season, but he's not. You can tell that he's not as competent as him playing as a true 6. I really do think that this club, you saw great results last year from this club when they played a double pivot, an effective double pivot. And you cannot depend on Partey every game. You cannot depend on the old pizza in that game. Jorginho, sorry, the old Italian pizza, as I called him last show. Like, you can't depend on these guys. So you got to go out, you got to get a competent 6, which is why I got so angry when you see the Neto's leaving. You see the Paulinho's leaving for freaking Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? Like, these are players, these are proven players that can come in and make an impact immediately. Like, Paulinho walks into the team, in my opinion. He walks into that right-sided 6 role. He knows how to play. He's shown he can do it at Fulham. And obviously, a club like Bayern Munich thought he was good too. So what the fuck are we doing here? Anyway, another rant. Big up Dal, big up Dal, big up OG. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Dal, obviously, as well. Same old Arsenal. Yes, sir. Same old Arsenal. Same old Arsenal. Anthony Herbert, we could get Anderson and Mitchell from Crystal Palace for that 75 million and fix 2 problems in the squad. I don't know why they would want to come here. I mean, Mitchell I rate. He's a great fullback. Anderson, another good player, another good fullback. Plays for I think that's the American on that team, right? Anderson, Crystal Palace. No, or is that Joaquin Anderson? Yeah, you're talking about Joaquin Anderson. I'm thinking about somebody else. Anyway, yeah. So it's one of those things where, look, we have to be realistic about who we're going to actually go out there and get. I don't think Crystal Palace are going to let both of those players go for 75 million. They looked very, very good at the end of last season. They're cooking with their new manager. Like, why would you want to disrupt that? But yeah, especially with some of the big name outgoings that they have going on over there. Big up. Yes, and make sure that you guys are subscribing and following CMO Sports on Twitter. He is the man for anything graphic design. Ben Talks TJ. What's up, TJ? What's your thoughts on POCH linked to the United States men's team? I'm gonna star that and we'll come back to that. I'm gonna star that and we'll come back to it. Let's see. I'd be tempted to send Zinchenko to the Russian league. He's starting to piss me off that much. I don't think he's going to be welcome in Russia. Just saying. Send him to send him to Serie A somewhere. Send him to send him to the Eredivisie. Send him somewhere where he can actually be a player that actually makes contributions game in and game out. This guy's way too much of a liability. Either put him in a center midfielder. I don't want to see him play for Arsenal anymore. Like that's the way it is. That's the way it is. It's the way it is. Big up Ravi. Yes, of course. Friendly reminder. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Let's see here. Let me look. Guys, we're one sub away. If you guys are here and you haven't subbed to the channel, we are one sub away from being at 1,200 subs. So if you are new, subscribe to the channel, get me to 1,200, and then we're going to have a party stream afterwards because we never had one for 1K. So give me to 1,200, and then we will drink on stream together. Question: how does Timber get into the first 11? I think he does get in. I think he gets into the first 11. Honestly, he probably is going to, if we don't pull in Calafiori, you're going to see him at left back. You're going to see him at left back, or he's going to be a utility player behind Ben White at right back. Or you see a significant injury to one of our center backs, which is exactly what we don't need. Timber looked very, very good for us at fullback last season, or at least he looked to be during the last preseason. He absolutely cooked. Excuse me. When I saw him play against the MLS All-Stars, obviously take that with a grain of salt. He played incredibly against Manchester City in the Charity Shield. Again, take that for what you will. And until he got injured, he looked like he was going to be the guy for us. So, obviously you have to consider that he had that massive ACL injury that kept him out the entire season. Those injuries are not easy to come back from, guys. Those injuries are devastating to a player like Timber, who had that pace, who had that energy. And I think he walks in at left back if he's healthy enough, if he's fit enough. If he's not, then we are going to be stuck with Kiwior, who obviously wants to move because Calafiori could possibly be coming in, or Zinchenko, which I've said enough about Zinchenko. So there you go. I think he walks in, to be honest with you. If he's healthy, he walks in. Otherwise, he is a threat to Ben White. That's about it. But Ben White, I think, has been one of the most solid fullbacks in the Premier League in the 3 years that he's been with Arsenal, or 2 years. Is it 3 years or 2? No, it's 3 years now. Holy shit. Anyway, he's been playing fullback for 2. But anyway, you guys get what I'm saying, though. I think that Timber, if he comes back and plays like he did last season, or at the beginning of last season, he is going to cook. And he will be the answer at left back, in my opinion. Jorginho is our best 6, but he doesn't have the legs to play 3 or 4 days anymore. No, exactly. Facts. He's old. I hate to say it, but age catches up with everybody. I'm 35. I went to the gym yesterday. I lasted 20 minutes before I was like heaving and hoving. Okay. I'm out of shape. I'm old. He's in shape. He's old. Everybody slows down. Look at these grays, guys. Look at these grays. It's Arsenal doing this to me, but we all get old. He's just not that player anymore. And I would never, I still have a lot of trouble forgiving him for that Tottenham fuck up last season. Oh my God. He showed then that he's not exactly fast as we thought. What about Fabio Vieira? What about him? What about him? Get him out of here. What about him? I see he's still included in the training videos and photos that the team publishes, Arsenal. But what about him? He's going to stay. He's going to come in. He's going to make one big impact. Everybody's going to say, oh, Fabio Vieira, he's really, really good off the bench. Then he's going to get red carded, and we're not going to see him for 6 fucking months. That's what's going to happen. $35 million on a Portuguese paperweight. Only you can't call him a paperweight because he's thinner than paper. Just call him Portuguese paper. Like this, the guy is that thin, strong wind. He blows out of the stadium. What else are you guys saying? What else are you guys saying? TJ questions. If what will be your thoughts if Arsenal doesn't sign anybody in this market? I hope we make Champions League because we need players. We need more players than this because we have a very, very challenging schedule coming up. People forget this. I swear to God, people are forgetting that the Champions League was expanded. The Champions League is going to add at least 4 matches to our schedule. That is already 100% too full, in my opinion. We just had the Euros. They're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then they're going to be in LA next weekend. I will be there. I will be there watching them. Like, you got to understand that these players are being worn down to a nub. If I will be shocked, and I don't want this to happen. I will be shocked if Bukayo Saka gets through the entire season without an injury, like a really bad one. They are rubbing this. They are freaking pounding this kid into the ground. Pause. And eventually it's going to start to show. It's eventually going to start to show. But yeah, no, if we don't sign anybody, we're fucked. We're not going to be able to compete with this squad in its current form. We're not. We'll get third if we don't sign anybody. We'll get third. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's see what else you guys are saying. Big up Sheik. Sheik. Big up Sheik, my guy. Go and subscribe to Sheik TV, people, if you haven't already. Sheik, I got to reach out to you about a show. Yeah, keep them DMs open. I don't know if that's an AO, but we move. TJ, are confident preset what? Sorry, Ravi, I don't know. Are you confident in that preseason can? Sorry, I can't read that. I'm assuming you're asking if Arsenal will be able to iron out wrinkles before the season. Who does he have to iron out wrinkles? There's nobody new. Like what are we considering? We're considering the third-rate goalkeeper we brought in to really shake up the locker room and have us need to adjust to a new style of play. No. He doesn't need to. What wrinkles? Like, it's the same team. Oh my God. Our club is nothing but a crisis. Yes, it is. Yes, and go and subscribe to Sheik, people. Drop the link in there. Yeah, he already did. Perfect. Yes. And big up Private Ping Pong as well. Big up Private Ping Pong. Big up and yes, this is an absolutely legendary chat. We're going to go it looks like Flawless just had to push back the show about 30 minutes. So, we're going to go as long as we want to. As long as we want to or we don't want to. We could go 10 minutes. We could go another hour. Who knows? Whatever we want to do. Ben White was arguably the worst center back in the league and when he played there, but it's been one of the best fullbacks. Yep. I've been trying to forget Ben White at center back. I've been trying to forget. Like, you bring in Saliba and he's just class. Absolute class. Not world class yet, but he's very, very close. And no, Real Madrid are not going to sign him before anybody asks. They are not going to let Real Madrid come in and get this kid yet. So, yeah. Big up Private Ping Pong. No signing is a disgrace. I agree. It is an absolute disgrace. But what else is new? Everything's kind of a fucking disgrace right now. But get your questions in right now. I'm going to get to my second subject here, and I'll come back to Arsenal if the questions come in that way. But big up Ben Talks Chelsea. I wanted to get back to this comment. Big up TJ. What are your thoughts on POCH linked to the United States men's team? Would you take him or who would you want? I don't want Pochettino. And that's an unpopular opinion to have after the manager that I just had. But Pochettino is the same as Gareth Southgate. He's the same as that fucking fraud Greg Berhalter, and that he needs to be friends with the club. He needs to be friends with the players. And that is a big issue with me, because if you're friends with the players, if you're buddy, you're like, yeah, way to go, champ. If you're like that all the time, how can you hold them responsible for bad performances? Mauricio Pochettino and the way that he managed Chelsea is the reason that Chelsea finished where they did. And anybody trying to revisionist history their way out of that line of thinking, I'm sorry, you're deluded. Like, the fucking shit shows that we saw from Chelsea last season should not be forgotten and need to be in the thoughts of American supporters' heads when you're talking about hiring on Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino, and I've said this before, and I know I'm going to start sounding like a broken record here, but Pochettino doesn't even pick his own penalty kick takers. He lets the players sort it out. What about that tells you that he has control over the team, or he has control over the man, or he has control over, the team as a whole, or he's really dictating what's going on. I think that there is a good balance to be struck there. Any good coach, it's has that good cop, bad cop in him. But the fucking fact that you had players arguing over the ball when you're up 5-0 against Everton or 4-0 against Everton or whatever it is, and they're arguing. It's like freaking Madueke and Cole Palmer are playing tug of war with the fucking ball. Like, that's what you get with Mauricio Pochettino. Look, has he won a couple of trophies? Absolutely. Would he be a big name for the United States to bring in? Absolutely. But I just do not like the way that he manages. I don't like the way that he manages. And whenever you saw the rubber hit the road, or there was any sort of, man, this camera's absolutely ridiculous, or there was any sort of adversity, Pochettino crumbled. And I'm not even going to bring up the fact that he's an ex-Spurs manager or an ex fucking Chelsea manager. I'm not going to do that. But let me also bring this up from NBC Sports. Let me go ahead and bring this up too. First of all, I got to do this real quick. That's hilarious, Sheik, and no Diddy. Pause. Big up Mike Doss as well. Welcome to the Your Ownership Sucks Club. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, this is the right one. Sorry, Connor. Connor, why didn't you come in here and fucking correct me? I'll get to the comments here in a minute, guys, but I want to get through the content that I've prepared, aka the 2 tabs that I opened. All right. Mauricio Pochettino, a target for both England and the United States. Report, which means it could be bullshit. I can't imagine England wanting to hire Mauricio Pochettino, but we'll see. There appear a big interest men's national team jobs open in the United States and England. Both are reportedly interested in former Premier League boss Mauricio Pochettino. The United States will be co-hosting the 2026 World Cup, while England is set to be one of the favorites to win the tournament. The former fired Greg Berhalter earlier this month, while Gareth Southgate walked away from the England gig following its loss in the Euro 2024 final. Congratulations to England supporters, by the way. Eddie Howe and Graham Potter have been linked with the England job, while our own Joe Prince Wright argued that Southgate would be perfect fit for the United States men's job. Keep that guy as far away from the United States as possible. Fucking cancel his passport. He is not allowed within the continental United States. Do not bring the buck-toothed moron into the United States men's team. Do not even mention his name around me. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. He's Greg Berhalter with hair and less domestic abuse charges. Allegedly. Not allegedly. He fucking admitted it. Anyway. Oh, God, I'm so glad that guy's gone. Anyway, would Pochettino be a better fit for the England or the U.S. men's team? The 52-year-old Pochettino beginning, I don't really care. All right, here. Mauricio Pochettino is the right man to manage the tremendous expectations and egos of the England national team. Yeah, he did a really, really good job at that at fucking Chelsea. Fucking what? Tell me another one. Mauricio Pochettino can give the growing but still young U.S. men's national team the edge it needs to take the next step home in a World Cup. Hey, thank you for the granularity in that statement, by the way. How is he going to do that? How is he going to give them the edge? I want to hear hows. These arguments are bullshit, because what we have seen before has shown that he is not the man to do that. Did he do a good job at Tottenham? Yes, he did a good job at getting them to the final and then having them collapse. Third place finish in that Leicester season. The two horse race that ended up being a 3-horse race. Mauricio Pochettino, other than PSG, which, with that team, I could fucking probably manage them to a trophy. But other than that, when the rubber hits the road, Mauricio Pochettino fucking disappears. And I don't want that heading my national team. My national team is in one of the worst federations in world football, and we can't even get out of the fucking group of the Copa America. Yeah, we can win trophies here and domestically, woohoo, like in our federation, But if we go outside the federation, we're screwed. Mauricio Pochettino is not going to be the guy to get us over that hump. He's not. All right, what else are you guys saying here? What else are you guys saying? Dang it. All right. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think about that. Mauricio Pochettino come to the United States men's team? Nah, cut me out. That's all I'm going to say. Cut me out of that. All right, what are you guys asking? Oh my goodness gracious. You guys are hilarious out here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a okay, so going back to what I was talking about. There's a guaranteed 2 extra UCL matches next season. If there's another 2, we're finished. And there's another 2 if we're finished between 9th and 24th. And I think that's extremely possible, Jaminho. I think we're going to get to the knockout stages of this tournament, but what the fuck is what are we going to do when these players completely blow an injury, blow out, blow their ACLs, blow their hamstrings because they've been freaking training for too long, or playing too many games a week. I mean, you're going to be playing, in some cases, you're at risk of playing 3 games in 7 days. Like, that is ridiculous because you have the Carabao Cup, you have the FA Cup, you have the Champions League, you have the Premier League, and then don't even think about all the international breaks that you have going on. Like, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous how many games these guys play. It's ridiculous. Any FIFA streams this week, TJ? Probably not. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with this EA Sports college football game. So I'm having a lot of fun playing that. But, if the mood hits me, I will. And Fist Bump FC will come back. We're languishing in the championship right now. It's kind of, the championship's no joke. Like, I think I'm barely hanging on to a playoff spot at this point. But yes, Fist Bump FC will return. Fist Bump FC will return. Thanks, TJ. Can you explain, if Calafiore is not down to us, why haven't we moved on to other needed players? Because, other big players don't want to come here. That's another thing that I keep harping on. I feel like on these live streams is that we have to sell Arsenal to these big players. Arsenal is not a big name to big players. As much as everybody lauds up the Champions League thing, it only gets you so far. It got us Declan Rice, fantastic. But who else has it brought us? Who has that possibility of being world class? Yes, I do rate David Raya, but he's not world class. He doesn't even start for his country. He started 1 game in the Euros. Like, it is what it is. We have to sell this Arsenal project to big name players, and we have people trying to do it that are not very good at it, aka Edu, aka Garlic, aka fucking Stan and Josh Kroenke, Mikel Arteta, whoever else is in that fucking boardroom who couldn't sell a fucking pin to a salesman. He couldn't sell water to somebody in the fucking desert. Anyway. All right, let's see what you guys are. I need to freaking skip down a little bit. You guys are doing. Can you do a college stream then? I'll do a college stream if you guys want. It's fun. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun. And I can teach you guys about American football if you want. Big up Mama Flossie. Big up Mama Flossie. Big up. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you are well. The mod squad is strong tonight. I'm not going to lie. The mod squad is strong. We got AJ. We got Jaminho. We got Mama Flossie. Private ping pong. I mean, who else do you need modding your channel, to be honest? And the doctor is in. The doctor is in, people. Doctor, are you still accepting walk-ins? I have a few people that I need to send your way. He says world-class players are avoiding Arsenal like the plague because of Super Mick. I think they're because I don't think with the players that we have, we haven't shown enough to attract big players. I think if we would have won the league the last 2 seasons, we probably would have better players in the lineup. It's amazing what winning does. You know what I mean? It's amazing what winning can do for a club and what it can do to attract players. We win a lot of regular, we win a lot of Premier League matches, but at the end of the day, it's not enough. At the end of the day, Man City ends up winning them. So it is what it is. Oh, okay. What else are you guys saying? Oh, my goodness. TJ, before the preseason, I'm not going to complain on the first game. When the game ends, sell these players. Yes, I am reactive like that. That is true. I am reactive like that. I am reactive like that. Let me see if Flawless actually put the show back. Hold on 1 second here, guys. Guy wants to push the show back, but he's freaking on play. He's playing clubs right now. Come on, Flawless. You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. Anyway, oh yeah. Also, another show announcement, which will be cool. So on Friday, we're gonna have American Idiots at regular time, 9:00 p.m. Friday, as usual, and then I'll be going on to Never a Foul after that. So Never a Foul, I believe that is going at 11:30 UK, I think. I reached out to Kaz, and we are going to be doing a stream for that. So make sure that you guys are subscribed over there as well. Let me see. Sarcasm. I don't want the gaming channel. Where's the Sarcasm City TV over here? There it is. There it is. Did he push it back? Did he push it back? Yeah, he pushed it back. So yeah, we're going to go live at midnight. TJ, Never a Foul debut. No, I've been on there once, but it was like nothing. I think it was like back when I went on Never a Foul for the first time, I think I was nervous. I don't know. I get nervous because I used to like listen to these guys, and now I'm like chatting with them on WhatsApp and shit. Like I was really, really nervous the first time I went on Never a Foul. Didn't really talk very much. But this time I will be talking because I think the panel is gonna cause me to defend myself a little bit and defend the club, which, it's kind of hard for me to sign off on what the club is doing right now, but, still got to defend the boys. Let's see what Jamino says. He says, if Arteta's so obsessed with someone who can play both CB and LB, why doesn't he drop interest in Calafiori and sign Hincapie and said Hincapie is 10? I have no idea who that guy is. Who is this guy? Ecuadorian player for Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen are going to the just won a German double and are almost won a triple or a treble. Excuse me. Good Lord, my brain is not working today. Why would he want to move? Why would he want to move here? Like, come on now. Like, I don't know. It's like saying, "Hey, Granite Jack, I know you just won a treble, but we need you to break the lines over here again. We come back to Arsenal." No, but no, like that's what I'm talking about when we talk about having to sell Arsenal. Like that Leverkusen, especially with Alonso not leaving, like they could do some serious damage again in the Bundesliga next season. I don't see Bayern Munich really improving on what they did last season. So they are primed to repeat. They haven't really lost any big players. Like, why would he want to leave? I mean, and we had that same argument about, I think it was like 3 months ago, about Frimpong. We were talking about bringing Frimpong in. Like, same kind of thing. Why would he want to leave Leverkusen? Tony was making that point, but really, we should be able to pay the release clause and convince him to come to Arsenal. But that's where you run into problems. Like I said, we can't sell anybody. We can't sell Arsenal. How are we supposed to sell Arsenal when we can't? How are we supposed to sell Arsenal when nobody wants to come here? I did mean super mid with a D. Oh, okay, my bad. He's like an alleyway weed with old big seeds and thick stems smelling like hay. Yeah, then you never want that weed. That's ridiculous. I watched Leverkusen a lot last season, by the way. I'm not just saying that because I've heard he's good. All right, there you go. I need to watch more. Bundesliga. I'm not going to lie to you. I need to watch more of it. Guys, by the way, smash the likes up. We only got 18 likes. Get us up to 20 likes before the end of the stream. Get us up to 20 likes before the end of the stream. Get your final questions in because I hit on what I needed to hit on. But obviously I got a little bit more time. So what have we learned today, guys? Arsenal have no relevant signings and no good prospects right now. I'm not feeling good about it. Pochettino, I don't want him anywhere near the United States men's team. Neither do I want Gareth Southgate over there. If England want him, you can take him. That's what we've learned. Today. So get in those final thoughts. Today. I saw another question. Speaking of preseason, are you doing a watch along? Is anybody joining you? So here's the issue with preseason. So we play Bournemouth in a week, and I don't see I don't see that being televised anywhere or streamed. If anybody has a hookup, let me know, because if there is a stream out there, I'll do a watch along for it, because I want to see what this club looks like before I go out to LA and watch them, before I go out to Philly and watch them. I would love to do a watch along for that, but we'll see. But the other games, I think we play Leverkusen in some friendly, and we play Marseille, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's Marseille. We play Marseille, and I'll do watch alongs for all of those. I'll buy the passes. It just sucks. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, Arsenal are, by the way, I gotta be 100% I gotta be 100% honest with you guys. I need to stop. I need to slow down a little bit. Arsenal are pissing me off with the overcharging on seats. The charging for preseason matches is just absolutely fucking ridiculous to me. You are charging people what, $20 to watch preseason matches on TV, or on, like, to stream it. That's an absolute joke. It's a farce to force your team to do that. You know who doesn't do that? The ops. Their YouTube channels are going to be showing those games, and I bet you dollars to donuts everybody's going to be over there watching it. So why are you trying to make a fucking quick buck off of these matches when other teams are probably just going to be streaming them for free? It's a joke, in my opinion. It's a cheap way to get an extra dollar or an extra pound, and I don't like it. I don't sign off on it at all. It's a joke. It's an absolute farce. So TJ, can I please ask you where you stand on the extra 4 Champions League games? We actually say we'll throw the cup in the bin. Oh yeah, we're not winning the Carabao Cup. We're not winning the FA Cup. Too many games. Our squad is too thin. I know that's a joke that goes around here, but the squad doesn't have enough depth to effectively win in those cups. So why would we even entertain it? Like, unless we bring in really, really good depth in the next couple of months, which I don't think is going to happen, we're going to throw those cups away again, especially with the additional, they have, like I said earlier, they have international matches they need to be worrying about. They have Champions League, and they have Premier League. And Mikel Arteta is only going to be focusing on the Champions League and the Premier League. And honestly, he's going to be focusing on the Premier League more than the Champions League. You saw it last season, and I hate to say it, but I told you so. I told us so. You know what I mean? Because you could see prior to that Bayern match, when he threw that starting 11 out there, he was not taking it seriously, or as seriously as I think he should have. But yeah, no. With the extra games, no. Just write us off for Carabao and FA. Just write us off. We're not going to compete. We're not going to try. Like, you're going to see Jorginho captain the side again. We're going to see Kiwior. We're going to see the only people that I believe you're going to see in that starting 11 from the normal starting 11 is probably Saliba and Gabriel, possibly Trossard, possibly. But those are the games where you're going to see Reece Nelson. Those are the games where you're going to see Eddie Nketiah. Those are the games where you're going to see Fabio Vieira, Kiwior, fucking who else can play right back? Like Tomiyasu. Like, those are the games that you're going to see. You're going to see our squad depth. But again, and one other youth, like some academy kid that we wanted to bring up and do a Make-A-Wish Foundation kind of thing. Like, yeah, no, we're bending these cups again. I guarantee it. We're bending these cups again. Oh, are you sure you still want to go to the preseason match with a lot of the main squad not joining up, paying to watch Fabiana and Georgina and I'm not going to say that. They need to bring some of the marquee players. They will. Bukayo Saka will be there. Bukayo Saka will be there. The main squad will be there. I just don't think that they're going to play a lot. They're not going to play a lot. We're going to see Kai Havertz. We're going to see Odegaard. We're going to see Declan Rice. We're going to see all these players, but they're going to play. They're going to play like 45 minutes, and then it's going to be done. Like, it's no big deal. Like, honestly, I go out to these games because I love the atmosphere. I'm sitting in the supporter section. You're not going to catch me dead singing the Super Mick Arteta song, but or the Kai Havertz song. But it's just cool being around other fucking psychopaths like me that are here for Arsenal America. I'm sitting with the Arsenal America and the supporter guys, and I know a lot of them, so it'll be fun regardless. And I'm going out there, I'm seeing people and getting beers with people. It'll be good. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it regardless. Gets me out of the house. I don't really leave the house very often, if you couldn't tell. Why don't you want POCH? The players need is barbecue parties every single week. Yeah, exactly. That's about as much. That's about all he's worth, to be honest. For the friendly versus United last summer, we were charging 10 on our club website to watch it, but it was free on Man United's website. So you're doing a watch along, try the other club. Yep. Nope. That's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Cause yeah, it's a farce. And then that club gets all the traffic. Like, who in their right mind, unless you're like you just really want to give Arsenal your wallet and credit card, wouldn't go over to the other YouTube and save yourself some money? Are you concerned about the players' welfare? Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am. I think there's going to be major injuries as a result of this. 100%. 100% there will be. It's too bad. It's too bad too. It's far too bad. Bayern were there for the taking. We should have stuffed them 3 or 4-0, but we didn't because of Arteta's incompetence. Yeah, they were there for the taking, and we didn't show up. We didn't show up. It is what it is, and as disappointing as it is, hopefully we've learned a lesson and we move forward with it. But given what we're seeing in this transfer window, I don't think we've learned shit. TJ, have you seen your UEFA club rankings, and what do you think of them? Let me look it up. Let's do this. We'll make this the last question because I'm going to take a quick break before we go live with Flawless, and we will be going live with Flawless at midnight. So go over there, say TJ Warren TV Raid, and chill, cool your heels for 30 minutes. But yeah, let's see. Let's look at this new. Yeah, let's see here. UEFA club rankings. Am I going to get pissed off? Probably. Club coefficients, club rankings. Come on. All right. So you got Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern, Liverpool, Roma. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Jose, I guess. PSG, Villarreal. This doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, no, this really doesn't make sense to me. What the fuck is this? It's based on European performances in the last 5 seasons. It makes no sense. There's the Sevilla 24th. Yeah, considering they've won major competitions. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. How is Arsenal up here? Like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get how they calculate this. Because we hadn't been in Europe, and like we missed out on Europe, and we were in the Europa League before and bombed out early. So I really don't get how you come there, how you get to that conclusion. But educate me in the chat. Educate me, guys. I don't fucking know. Roma have had 2 finals and 2 semifinals in the past 5 years. Villarreal have had 1 Europa League win and 2 semifinals. Yeah, okay, there you go. Spurs down in 45th. Well, you can't you can't survive off of that UEFA. You can't survive off that UCL final forever. So if that's true, why is Real Madrid not number 1? Well, Real Madrid didn't win the Champions League. Well, they won the Champions League last season. Man City won it the year before that. What? Yeah. Why is that? Why do Man City have a better coefficient than Real Madrid in 2021? Like, I don't get that. Why is that? You didn't make a Europa League final in 2019. Yeah, but that isn't even on the sheet though. That's the thing. Like, I don't really give a shit about that. But let's talk about Man City. I mean, they in 2021, Real Madrid, didn't Real Madrid win it that year? No, it was Chelsea. Never mind. Fuck. It was Chelsea. So why do Man City have a bigger coefficient than Chelsea? Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Yeah, Chelsea won it. Yeah, no, sorry. My brain is farting out here. What? I don't get it. Yeah, so Man City have 35 in 2021. They didn't win. They didn't win the Champions League. Chelsea did win the Champions League and they got 33. That makes no fucking sense to me. So I don't even know. Like it could be arbitrary. Okay, so let's see how to read the ranking. Let's go. Let's look at this. Oh man, this is gonna be. Oh, I don't want to read the fucking riot act about this. Because Chelsea spent a year out of Europe and City have been consistently in the semifinals and finals since then. Yeah, but how does that? So they get a head start on that year's rankings then just because of how they performed the previous year? Did City play teams with a higher coefficient? Oh, okay, that could make sense. Okay, club coefficient calculations. The coefficient of the club is calculating by adding the total number of points it obtains in a given season in the UEFA Champions League, Europa League, or Conference League. A club's 5-season coefficient is cumulative total of the previous 5 seasons coefficients, or 25. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense now. Ports and weighted, yeah. A club's 5-season coefficient is the cumulative total of the previous 5 seasons coefficient, or 20% of its association's 5-season association coefficient, whatever's higher. Okay, that makes sense. Points awarded each season are in accordance with the relevant competition regulations for that specific season. So the following apply only to the awarding of points in 2021-22. Okay. So then it makes sense. How the fuck are PSG 6th? I don't know. They must. I mean, according to this, their coefficient could be up there because of how many points they get in the group stage of a competition. Like, so they could get points off of that. Man City could get points off of that. Like, how are they? So if you're counting up all the wins and all the and the points for all the draws, like Chelsea could barely have just barely gotten out of the group, and Man City would have won all their games, for example. And then Chelsea could go and win it, but Man City could theoretically, just based off of the points total, get a higher coefficient rating. That's how I'm reading that. But yeah, this is too fucking nerdy for me right now, and I got to take a break. Big up everybody. Again, we are going to route over to Sarcasm City TV. Hang in there. We are going to be live in 1/2 an hour, people. 1/2 an hour, and we will go with that and talk more shit about Arsenal. And it's been a while since I've been live with Flawless, so that'll be a really good time. So anyway, big up everybody again. Make sure you're smashing the likes. If you're watching on playback, make sure that you are commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, people. Again, I think I'm only one subscription away from that elusive 1,200. So make sure that you guys are sharing it around. TJ's already tired of talking about Arsenal. Yep, I hope we talk about Man United. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes reading up on this kid that they just signed so I can have something to fucking talk about with Man United. And remind all the Man United fans that your coach is still fucking Eric Ten Hag. So with that bit of news, we'll see you over on Sarcasm City TV here in about 1/2 an hour. Later.